ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Poppy Playtime video. And if you've already read the title, most likely you have, you'll already know today's video we're talking about the possibility of Kissy Missy appearing in Chapter 2. Now, I noticed there were a few sad faces after the trailer failed to show Kissy Missy, and a lot of us were expecting her to appear. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen. Let me use this video to ease your nerves and reassure you that we could still be seeing Kissy Missy sooner than you think. But of course, before we get into the video, I would like to just say thank you very much for 50,000 subscribers. As I record this, we've just hit the mark, so expect a 50,000 subscriber video coming out at some point soon. But anyway, back to the video, and I wouldn't be a YouTuber, as you would have guessed, without reminding you to hit subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, especially for things like Poppy Playtime, Little Nightmares, and other games that have a lot of story in them. But if you want to see more like this, make sure you hit like and let me know in the comments. And if there's anything I haven't covered that you want to see, let me know in the comments as well. But anyway, let's get into this video. So, what do we know about Kissy Missy? Well, we know that Kissy Missy was another toy produced by Playtime Co., and that she was created a year after the release of Huggy Wuggy, bringing Kissy Missy's release date to 1985. It's more than likely due to the success of Huggy Wuggy. Playtime Co. thought it would be best to pair him off with another character. And as we know from the NFT's description of Kissy Missy, we know that Huggy Wuggy and Kissy Missy were an item. More than likely an attempt to try sell more as a couple. As it states, Kissy Missy is more than just Huggy Wuggy's better half. A better half usually indicates towards a married couple or partners. Interestingly, the names also indicate they are connected to. So, we know that according to the NFT information, Kissy Missy is indicated as the beacon of Playtime Co.'s policies. And from that same evidence, the evidence also states that she is not afraid to hold back. Interestingly, the definition of beacon is a personal thing that warns, guides, or offers support. Now, we know that the Playtime Co.'s policies are questionable. Yeah, questionable at best. For example, some of the posters we see around the factory have these phrases included on them. For instance, on the Huggy Wuggy poster it says, "Remember to take breaks," and then under that text it says in a lot smaller font, "Breaks longer than 10 minutes are not permitted." And also on Kissy Missy's poster it says, "Do be kind to others, show up on time, not hide behind the doors to scare Leif Pierre." And under that it says, "Don't stay past 8 PM, misuse company time, tamper with machinery, enter innovation wing without authorization." And of course there are a few other posters around the game, but I don't know if they're totally relevant to this video, so of course I'll show them on screen. For instance, the Orphan poster and Bronze poster. But if those posters are any indication of the policies of Playtime Co., I'm a little worried, to say the least, about Kissy Missy and seeing her in the future, as I do think she's going to be worse than Huggy Wuggy, or the better half of him, I should say. And we can confirm from the image of Kissy Missy that we've received from Monsters Immortals that the look of her, she is going to be hostile. You can forget about Kissy Missy wanting to help you, that's for sure. Also, it's worth noting the way that the Kissy Missy poster is presented and what information is tied to it. I do think it's an indication of the possible whereabouts of Kissy Missy. As we know, don't stay past 8 PM and don't enter innovation wing without authorization are both interesting details. Again, it's also worth mentioning, thanks to the Chapter 2 trailer, we do actually have a kind of indication of what time it is, but we're not fully sure if it's correct or not. According to the clock found above the train in Chapter 2's trailer, it's 3 o'clock. Annoyingly, there is no indication of PM or AM. But if we think about it, we know from the VHS tape we see when we arrive in the lobby, we know that it is the end of the day, and usually the end of the day indicates to around 5 PM for a lot of European sort of work days. So if we tie that in with Kissy Missy, and then perhaps it's probably more than likely past 8 PM, which would tell us that the clock is not working, but we can assume that, again, we are trespassing, as Leif Pierre does tell us. But it's safe to say that Kissy Missy is more than likely patrolling the lower levels of the factory and protecting the wing of innovation. And, well, we know we've just started to descend into the depths of Playtime Co. Now, we don't know necessarily what is in the wings of innovation. Is it something worse? Is it something better? Is it something that means something to Kissy Missy? Maybe Leif Pierre's down there or something like that. If I was to guess, I think that we'll see the innovation wing in Chapter 2, although I would say it will be a cliffhanger to the end of Chapter 2. I think we'll see a very small hint of Kissy Missy, and if she doesn't appear in Chapter 2, I think she'll definitely be the main antagonist in Chapter 3. Now, I say this because I've been doing a little bit of snooping into the game files, and I can't actively say that I can find any files related to Kissy Missy, obviously without it being a reference to her poster. I can't find a specific rig for her or any additional models or assets that would add on to Huggy's original rig. So that makes me believe that Kissy Missy is actually absent from the game files so far. And if I am wrong about that, please do correct me because I would like to know. But in an interesting turn, Poppy Playtime was announced as a DLC for Monsters Immortals, the multiplayer spin-off of Dark Deception. And this intrigues me quite heavily, just because of the fact that obviously Kissy Missy isn't publicly announced within Poppy Playtime yet, but as a DLC character for another game, that's public. So we know there is something to work with, some model is floating that they have ready to go. And it makes me wonder if it's going to be a whole play of basically not telling anyone the fact that Kissy Missy will be in Chapter 2 and just letting the player find out for themselves and then it be a big shock to everyone. Or are they planning another teaser trailer for Chapter 2 and they're going to include Kissy Missy as another big antagonist in there? Or has Glowstick Entertainment paid a pretty penny to get Kissy Missy into that game first? I highly doubt that, but at this point I can't really dismiss it. Unless it's a part of some sort of maybe marketing effort that when Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 gets released, the Monsters Immortals DLC will be released with it. Maybe it's just, again, another marketing strategy. But again, don't take my word for that. I highly doubt it. That was just a delusional ramble of a madman. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think it leads me to think there is going to be a Kissy Missy reveal sooner rather than later, or we're going to definitely see her in Chapter 2. I think it would be rather odd if they wanted their own character to premiere on another gaming title. It would just make no sense. And then, again, we don't have specific dates to work with as of yet. I just think they want to reveal Kissy Missy and that she's got some kind of surprise coming. And from the look of it, in the environment in Chapter 2, I think it fits the scene very well for where Kissy Missy could have been lurking, and probably will be lurking. But there is one thing that bugs me, and it's the idea of Mommy Longlegs working with Kissy Missy. Or do they fight for territory? Again, I think that might be an interesting video to talk about it on its own. So for now, I think I'll leave it there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with that, let me know what you think about Kissy Missy and if you think she'll be showing up anytime soon. I would love to hear what you think in the comments below. But with that being said, make sure to hit subscribe. And if you like this kind of content, again, make sure to like and subscribe. Do all the usual stuff. And if you have any questions that you want to be answered about Poppy Playtime and any other game, let me know in the comments below. And who knows, it could be a topic for the next video. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely morning, day, or night, wherever you are in this world. Make sure you all stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next Theory video.